Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. The title of this video is Atheism is a Religion. Now, they will deny it wholeheartedly, but it's important for us to see the truth of the matter. Atheism is like the color black. Black is the absence of color and is still a color. So atheism is a belief in the absence of God. Atheists follow their beliefs like adherents to religions follow theirs. But presuming the absence of God, the universe of the atheist is left to center around themselves. Atheists suppose themselves free from sin and have in essence forgiven themselves from all wrongdoing and have made themselves to be their own God. The atheist doesn't need much of a God since they do not believe there is any life after death. But while they are yet among the living, they believe they are the higher power. Only God can forgive sins, St. Mark 2:7. So atheists make themselves gods by forgiving every sin they ever committed. And the way they do it is by saying sin does not exist. By their beliefs, they do away with all of their sins and license themselves to continue sinning since they do not hold themselves accountable to God for anything they do. Atheists have doctrines. They argue for the validity of their beliefs while insisting they have none. Evolution is a favorite doctrine of many atheists. They are generally pro-baby killing. In regard to abortion, many atheists are pro-sodomy, even if they aren't involved in sexual perversions themselves. And almost all atheists believe religion is vain. Just as many teachers attempt to teach the Word of God, many atheists attempt to teach against it. And although they say they do not believe in the Bible, there are atheists acting as experts, attempting to prove the Word of God false. Atheists believe we are liars when we say Darwin recanted on his deathbed, but he did. They hate it when we call evolution an unsubstantiated theory, and they become particularly incensed when believers say atheists have no moral ground to stand on. They also reject the notion America was founded on Bible principles, and in opposition to God and the Bible, atheists have spun a spider web of beliefs around themselves they want us to believe are not beliefs. Atheists even have their own Bible, an illustrious collection of irreverent thoughts, written by Joan Connor. Just as we grow in obedience to God through the Bible, atheists grow in disobedience to God through their Bible. And they're developing many versions like we have done. So the atheists now have the unauthorized version of the atheist Bible. Just as we have the Gideon Society placing Bibles in hotels, motels, hospitals, and jails, so atheists have the Abimelech Society, removing them. Many atheists are confused when they say they don't believe what they believe is a belief. Atheists have blind guides who lead them as a flock, very much like religious leaders lead their flocks. They have their fundraisers and their gatherings where they encourage one another's rebellion against God, just like we encourage one another's obedience toward God. They have their own buildings where they congregate. They write books. They have bought into the media to promote their beliefs and recruit followers. Their shepherds write books and argue their cause. They file for tax-exempt status for their organizations, just like the churches do on some occasions. This they do. Atheists make themselves appear willing to die for what they believe, like believers in various unregenerate religions are willing to die for what they believe. There are many atheists in hell right now as you are reading or listening to what I have to say, who wish they had not died for what they believe. And for the record, many well-known atheists have realized too late on their deathbeds that they are about to fall into hell, and were seriously vexed on their deathbeds. Atheists hate religion so much they find it intolerable for atheism to be called a religion. They fled from God and from religion into atheism to get away from religion. So they will say the dictionary defines religion as God-centered, and since atheists believe God doesn't exist, atheism cannot be a religion. They won't believe the Bible, but they want us to believe the dictionary. Dictionaries are written by imperfect and oftentimes uninspired men. There is no reason to accept them as treasuries of truth. Atheists evangelize their godless faith in preaching God does not exist, very much like religious leaders preach God does exist. Atheists live as though they were their own gods upon the earth, with all reality centering around themselves. They look to themselves ultimately for their light, while we who believe in God look to Him as the source of all our light. This brings to mind the warning where Jesus said, if the light in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? When atheists look in the mirror, they are looking at their highest being. They are looking at their God, small g. Yet they cannot save themselves. Thank you very much.